plates, and they get a lot of control very early on.
Okay, Hansha, Guma in a little bit of trouble here. He will have to flash away with that Ignite as well ticking. And there it is. They find and engage. The handshake is big from Barrel.
So as I was saying, obviously early game, you have to be a little careful, because pre-lost chapter and even post, you don't win a lot at all.
Oh, they're just going to engage. There's the root after the Viego stun. And if you've got a jungler, anything is possible. Yoshik up on the top side of the map. They're able to convert. Drake 2 goes.
Drake 2 was the really big one for T1 last time around. That was the one they were able to pick up, which bought them a lot of time, but this game already looking very different. In the previous one, Yoshi got complete. Oh, carry.
It's call, yeah, he doesn't have flash. His handshake comes in, and yeah, that's going to happen as the sun will come down. Faker's going to...
A gank, but he doesn't know Valdez.
He doesn't know. As that's going to be a huge amount of damage already. Heartbreaker is going to miss, but the Fiora comes in. And not even the ult here from Pyosik will help. Zeus incredibly fast. He's going to riposte as well. And Pyosik says, okay, you win this time. And another excellent timing from Owner.
So nicely done. Owner just in a minute. Walk into this choke point.
He's going to miss that never move, but here he goes. He's going to tank him up and see you later, Swain. As the Viego will get that. Owner catches it after the smite. And Faker's like, thank you for the disengage, I guess.
22 health on that trade. that was not that. And the worst part is, for DRX, that might be exactly the same.
Perhaps the coaching staff letting them know, you know, like, oh, if you guys got this, you could really snowball a little bit harder. But T1 did a great job to secure it, even though it was close on the smite. That was too early. But either way, T1 able to buy themselves some more time. DRX trying to push in a bit more with this second Rift Herald, but TP now coming in.
They're going.
Yeah, 5 members of T1 will commit to this one. As in goes Faker. Let's see the knockback this time from Pyosik. A huge encore onto 2, and the follow-up of the Dawning Shadows is massive. Able to burst a couple of them down. Deft is getting a lot of damage, but he cannot burn through Faker. He nearly kills Zeus. He was so close, but it was not enough at the end of the day. As Owner's looking for more, he's not done here. King in. Oh, he's going to land it perfectly in the shadow. As Owner will pick up yet another kill. And
this is not very safe. There's a Raven there.
He didn't have any vision. There was one on the blue, but that was about it. He's going to try to teleport out, and it will actually work. As never.
Yeah, the side laning. That's another thing. The T1 can fight and side lane.
Jojo's here, but Guma does an excellent job of just zoning him away with the root, as the damage will be enough. Even Guma able to skirt around there. Yeah, he could try to push it in here. He's got Ghosts as well. As here we go. Speaking of which, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, as the Grand Challenge will be complete, and even Owner's here, as the Needles will come in. The Ignite is not going to do nearly enough. Absolutely didn't need Owner. Even Faker's there, you know, because why not? It's not like DRX are going to rush down the Baron at this point.
And T1, after getting beaten with a Seraphine comp, not only pull out the Seraphine themselves, also pick up the Fiora, which has been very, very underutilized. Of course, we are not the LPL, where there feels like you can't throw a rock and hit a top tier Fiora OTP that's like, I don't know, a million LP on the Super server.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those. But fortunately, Zeus looking very comfortable in the champion as well. Fate's Call's forced, and that's going to be a turret here for T1.
Yeah, Faker popped his ult too. Definitely didn't need to.
Ooh, nice.
Well, there's one thing that the Victor is good at, and that's apparently securing blue buff.
Yeah.
Do you think this game would have turned out any differently if they had the brand?
No. No, I don't.
Based on the way the game has played out, right?
I don't think it would have. It might have, but I don't think it. The upside of Brand is obviously that his lane phase is a lot stronger into the Swain, and that he actually is really good into teamfight comps. I just don't really know the damage thresholds. Like, is Brand's teamfighting damage enough to offset the healing that Sarah does?
I think it
I've
is.
already seen it.
And you can go Morello's pretty early.
True.
On a champ like that. I think it would have been really nice.
I definitely would have liked it way more, even if it lost. Because
like,
this was always gonna...
Based on the way the game played out, obviously I think T1 have just kind of outplayed them, especially with the way Owner was able to get basically 2 crucial picks to get T1 ahead early. But yeah, would have really liked to see that pick, as now DRX, they are going to attempt to stop the Hextech Soul from being detected here, as the root will be flashed by Zeka, and Zeus is on the backside. That is very scary. Here comes Faker. The hammer down, not going to hit, and that's a double encore again as a massive Berserk comes in, but that does not matter at all. As the flash comes in from Keria, still trying to keep them at arm's length. As you see Zeka and Pyosik. Zeka and Depth still trying to lay down that damage, but they don't have a front line at this point. Pyosik is going to be burst down as Keria just boops him on the head with the Q. And now they don't really have a front line. So Zeus and the rest of the team will just run them down and take the Hextech Soul. TP's in the bottom side. It looks like T1 have secured the match.
And unlike game number 1, where T1 was able to get put behind in the early game, DRX really bringing it to them this time around. None of that. It is T1 dominance, start to finish. Love the draft, love the way they played it out, and a very welcome look that I'm hoping that T1, you don't always need to play this way, but knowing it is in your arsenal is such a big boon to this team.
So scary. How do you ban against this team? It's really difficult, as there's too much stuff to ban at this point. The exhaust comes in, the double root as well, because everybody is slowed. And that is going to be the end of this game. The encore is going to miss, but it does not matter. 2 more kills on deck here for the side of T1, as they're trying to pad their stats, as every team does. But they will eventually go ahead and take down the Nexus. GG 2-0 for T1 tonight.
You know, control attempts there from Deft and Barrel on the bottom side, who had a great series, to be totally honest, the bot 2v2 there. He just turned that one around, and then he also took away all of the Gwen power here topside, and Kingen didn't have the greatest night, sadly. Like, he is better weak side when he is on tanks. This is another play to shut down Zeka. Zeka side laned incredibly well this game. Just to give another shout out to DRX